Silence stretched between us for what felt like centuries. Just as I was about to repeat myself, Kieran spoke. Sarah, what the hell are you thinking? Do you really believe that the night your father dies is an appropriate time to talk about our divorce? Can you stop being so damn selfish? Kieran roared, his voice echoing through the kitchen. His words almost made me laugh. He must have forgotten the way he'd looked at Celeste earlier, like some tragic Romeo seeing his Juliet. Please, Kieran, I said coldly. Don't pretend to be a gentleman. Can't wait to be with Celeste. Yes, I've thought about it. I've never stopped thinking about it for 10 years, Kieran said, his tone as cold as his eyes. But we're adults, Seraphina. We have to think about other things. About Daniel. Let me remind you, he added without hesitation. The only reason we're bonded is because of Daniel. His words stabbed through my gut. I clenched my fists. Fine, I said through gritted teeth. Daniel and I already talked. What did you do? Kieran advanced on me like a predator, and that was the last straw. I slapped him across the face. You bastard, you think you've done such a good job? Everyone can see how much you hate me. Daniel feels it. If you don't want our son to grow up as twisted as you are, then sign the damn papers. I shoved the documents against his chest. I'll do it, he said coldly. But I want custody of Daniel. Absolutely not. I spun around, fury burning through me as I glared at him. All my life, people had wanted me to surrender. But I refused to let them take one more piece of me or of Daniel. When I left this marriage, I would take only two things. My pride and my son. Anything else. Take whatever you want, I said evenly. His shock twisted into rage. Don't you dare, he's my son. And mine, I shouted back. You can't take the pack air away from the alpha. Kieran's voice trembled with barely contained fury. You can't rip a mother's heart from her chest. My hand trembled, but my voice did not. I don't want your money, your property, nothing. I just want my son. Daniel was the only light in this miserable world. If Kieran ever tried to take him from me, then I would force my claws to grow. I would destroy them all. I studied Kieran carefully. Under the dim kitchen light, his expression was unreadable. Finally, his jaw tightened, and he gave a stiff nod. Fine. You can have full custody, he said. I exhaled in relief. There was nothing left to discuss. Tomorrow I'd go to the civil affairs office and get our divorce certificate. I turned to leave, but Kieran caught my wrist. He cleared his throat awkwardly, his warm hand brushing my skin. If you want, we can wait until after the funeral to finalize everything. For a fleeting, dangerous second, I almost believed him. Almost mistook it for kindness. If only he'd shown that tenderness, once, just once in the last 10 years. I pulled my arm free. No need to delay. There's nothing left to dissolve anyway. You never even gave me a mating mark. The one thing he refused me in marriage was love. Your wolf never surfaced, he'd said calmly, deliberately, on our wedding night. A bond would only hurt you when I despise you so much. I knew that was what he'd meant. I'd walked away before he could finish. Save your concern for your new Luna, I said coldly. I may not have a wolf, but I'm not weak. The next morning, I picked up our divorce certificate. A strange calm filled me. I thought it would hurt more, but when you finally accept the truth, it feels like a weight has been lifted. As I stepped toward the house, Kieran's voice drifted through the slightly open door. Daniel, are you really okay? I mean, about your mom and me getting divorced. The door was ajar. Inside, Daniel and Kieran were putting together a puzzle, just like they used to. Why wouldn't I be? Daniel didn't look up from the pieces. Besides, you're adults. I'm sure you thought carefully before making your decision. But a lot of kids don't want their parents to split up, Kieran said, frowning. But you don't love Mom, Daniel said simply, lifting his head. Kieran froze. It's okay, Daniel said, waving a hand dismissively. You don't have to lie. I know you and Mom both love me. That's enough. And anyway, Mom's really pretty, he added seriously. She won't have trouble dating again. They'll find someone younger and stronger than you. Kieran laughed softly. You're right. Your mom is beautiful. I can't deny that. The tension in the room eased. Then he said more seriously, Daniel, take care of your mom for me, okay? I froze outside the door, stunned. Kieran had never said anything like that before. For a moment it almost sounded like he cared. But it didn't matter anymore. I knocked lightly. Mom. Daniel jumped up and ran to me, wrapping his arms around my waist. Hey, sweetheart. I kissed the top of his head. Did you finish everything? He asked, tilting his head up at me with wide, curious eyes. I mean, you're officially not with Dad anymore, right? I brushed a hand through his hair. Of course. Great. Then let's go find you a new boyfriend, Daniel said with a wink, his tone suddenly bright and mischievous.